Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this press conference as we get set for the time is now. A great night of World Championship Boxing this Saturday at the Morningside Arena here in Leicester, England. It is all being brought to you by Frank Warren on behalf of Queensberry Promotions and their great sponsors, 32 Red and Foot Asylum. Well, at this time, I'm going to pass things over to the voice of BT Sport Boxing, Mr. John Rawling.
Thank you, Thomas. First of all, I want to pass on apologies for Frank not being here today. Obviously, he's been involved over in New York and Los Angeles with Tyson and Deontay. I think if he's not on his way back, he's only just got back, so he would put on his apologies for not being here in person today. But it really doesn't need a huge amount of selling, this bill, because on the face of it, it would seem that we've got some absolutely outstanding fights, you know, pick-em fights. I can sit here and honestly say I'm really not too sure how these fights are going to play out, and that is not always the case. Usually you have a pretty good idea one way or the other, and our two main fights here, the lads in front of me, Archie and Leon, and Jack and Ahara, you know, even the bookies are finding it difficult to split them. It's that sort of a promotion and two outstanding fights in the making, in action. Now, heavyweights, Daniel Dubois to my right down here, undefeated in 8 fights, all of them wins inside the distance against one of the most experienced guys in the game, Kevin Johnson, who you won't mind me saying is now 39 years old, but he's been around a while. He's fought for the world title against Vitaly Klitschko back in 2009, and in his long career only stopped on 2 occasions. Let's say hello to Kevin first of all. Kevin, what do you know about this fella?
Same thing I know about every fighter. Everything. You prepare for every fighter the same way, whether it's a beginner, mediocre, or championship. You just always train for a champion. There's no difference in your preparation. You're getting ready for a championship fight. Don't matter who he is, you're preparing for a champion.
Have you had a chance to watch much of him?
I'm preparing for a champion. If I was fighting Anthony Joshua, if I was fighting Daniel, if I was fighting Manuel Charr, if I was fighting Tyson Fury, I'm preparing to fight the champion. So my champion in my eyes, I would prepare to fight Lennox Lewis. I would prepare to fight Evander Holyfield. I would prepare to fight Ike Beabucci. I would prepare to fight David Tua. With those preparations, it'll make any fight pretty much a walk in the park.
A lot's been made of his punching power, Kevin. What do you reckon?
I mean, what's the difference between his punching power and the 40-something heavyweights I've been in there with? I mean, I've been in there with, I think the hardest punch I've ever been in there was Alex Leopold. And I walked out with the IBF for that one. Pianetta was a good puncher as well. I don't think Pianetta really ranged to, magnitude of a great, massive puncher, but, Pianetta was a strong puncher, and he had 2 losses in his whole career. I walked away with the IBO from that one, so you can count your luck on power and see what you come out at, but power is not what wins fights.
Daniel, he's come out with a lot of names there, some of whom he's fought over the years. He's fought at a good level. He's been in with, as I say, he's been in with Anthony Joshua, been in with Tyson Fury, with Vitaly Klitschko. Step up for you?
Yeah, every fight's a step up, every fight's a challenge, and I welcome this one like I've done my previous ones, and I'm more than ready.
21 years old now. Do you feel that you are rapidly improving? Do you think you're getting bigger, stronger?
I think I'm handling the whole being a professional better, being more focused in the gym, and just making sure I do what I need to do to get ready for my fights.
A little whisper from those close to you, should I say, have suggested that Kevin, great fight, but in an ideal world you might have liked another couple before you went in against somebody like this. What do you think of that?
No, not really. I'm sparring really good guys in the gym. I'm working really hard, so I don't feel like I'm out of my depth here. So I'm ready.
Kevin, are you going to be teaching him things or showing him things that he's not seen before?
That's pretty hard to say because his preparation and my preparation is going to be a game of chess. It's going to be an even match. What it's going to make the fight style is going to be on Saturday night. He's had great sparring partners and he's been working his behind off. I've had some great sparring partners. I've been working my behind off, and I am the one with the more experience. So there's a lot that's going to shake and fold on Saturday night. You know, a lot of people weigh in on what another fighter has. Some people say I have the experience. Some people say he has the power. Well, we want to see experience versus power. What kind of match is that? Nobody has never seen that. I've never been in with somebody where I really had to just really out-clever them as far as if they was a power puncher. And then who's to dictate who's powerful? For you guys can sit back and say, the guy has power, you know. But for me, I've been in there my whole life, you know, since I was an amateur, probably like he has. I've been sparring with Vladimir since 2003. I've been in with Vitaly. I've been in with every heavyweight that was champion. I've been in there with them. So who's to dictate and say, out of all the champions I've been in there with, only two really had power that I can say. And I've been in there with probably, from back to the John Ruizes, back in that era, I've been in there with probably about 15 to 20 champions, and only two had power. Just because a guy can throw a punch and it sounds hard, don't make that power. What you can land and put a person down with, considered to be power. So I've never worked in my whole career ever about the word power because many people don't understand what the word power is.
To another thing which people say about you is, are you really here to win this fight? What would you say to that?
Oh, just like every fight. I mean, I've been in Germany training for the last couple of years, and then me and my trainer Gary Clark, we go from Germany to Miami, and I was on a good winning streak, coming back, beating Pianetta, and then defending the IBO title. I got cut, which my team is still going to contest that technical loss because that fight actually was supposed to got stopped due to the cut in the second or third round. That fight course got stopped. I still would have been on my winning streak and still holding an IBO and going on for bigger and better things that the future holds in boxing. So have I dedicated myself? I've been on the dedication list. Trust me. I mean, it started long times ago, and it never stopped. Boxing is turning over. My career is not over yet, and I'm going to hold on to it. Not too much longer, but I'm holding on to it for just a few more, and going to promoting boxing in Germany, and after that, that's a partridge in a pear tree.
Daniel, 8 wins, 8 stoppages. What sort of fight, what sort of performance can we expect from you this weekend?
I'm ready to fight. You know, I'll be delivering what I practice in the gym, and what I've done in sparring and all the preparation. So I'm ready for a fight, whatever boxing, fighting, whatever it is. I'm ready.
Are you wanting to produce a performance which is going to say, yeah, I'm moving towards world class because this is a guy who's got the name?
Definitely, it's an entertainment business, so I want to perform and look good doing it. So, yeah.
Daniel Dubois against Kevin Johnson, coming up as our big heavyweight attraction at the weekend.